Welcome to the Champions of Mind podcast. Weekly content to help you take your mindset, business, health and wealth to the next level. Starring the UK's two most in-demand action-taking coaches, Llewellyn and Rhys Davies, with host James Burt.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world. We haven't got enough budget for an echo effect. We have to do it ourselves. Welcome to the Champions of Mind podcast, where every single week, me, your host and compere, James Burt, gets to sit down with the UK's two leading coaches, Llewellyn and Rhys Davies, who are in the studio.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now, something very big and very, very exciting is happening today on the Champions of Mind podcast. Now, you guys have been tuning in for the last 11 months, the last 70-odd episodes, and you've heard us talk about the mindset and the psychology behind success. You've heard how the boys have taken amateur football to professional football, international champion boxing to professional boxing, award-winning bodybuilders, contracts with WWE, starring alongside the likes of Nicole Kidman. You've heard the iTunes Top 10 podcast, international keynotes. You've seen us speak alongside Les Brown, and you've seen us go from nothing, a standing start, to £500,000 profit year one. We always said, and we meant it from the bottom of our hearts, so we would never let anyone else on our platform, apart from people who were world-leading content providers, today on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's got so many accolades I've had to write down a piece of paper. New York Times bestseller, #1 sales trainer on the planet, #1 marketing influencer in the world, according to Forbes magazine in 2017, the author of 7 award-winning books. Is it 8? Oh, did I get it wrong? Cardone University, the world's best-selling educational platform, motivational speaker, CEO of 7 successful companies. He's the author of Be Obsessed or Be Average, Sell or Be Sold, If You're Not First, You're Last, The Closer Survival Guide, The Millionaire Booklet, and The 10X Rule. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Grant Cardone's in the studio!
Ding, ding, ding.
Average. Let's go to work.
And Ryan's already getting in the shot.
Oh, here we go. This is how it works.
Lovely to meet you, Ryan, by the way. Lovely to meet you.
So for the...
Hey, let me just tell you, all you guys want to be pilots out there, okay? Anybody can fly a jet. you hit one button. Not everybody can pay for the fuel.
And so we begin.
Anybody can fly a jet. Not everybody can pay for the fuel.
Isn't that the truth? Mr. Cardone.
By the way, speaking of the fuel, just so we get this done, okay? A guy asked me once, he'd sold his company for, I think he sold it for $38 billion. He walked away with $4.4 billion in cash. And I said, dude, I got to see your checking account. I spent some time with this cat, and I said, look, all I want to do, I don't want to ask you a bunch of questions, just open up the account. I want to see where the money's sitting. He's like, yeah, sure, man. Showed me all his statements, right? I looked at one account, it had $660 million in cash. I literally had to look at it a second now. He looked at me, he says, hey, man, how much does that jet cost you in fuel? He said, what's the cost of the fuel? I said, I don't know, I've never calculated it. Yeah. He's like, that's not like you. He's like, you're a very frugal guy. You pay attention to everything. He's like, what's the fuel cost? I said, I've never calculated it. He's like, why wouldn't you calculate that? You calculate everything. I'm like, because the plane's no good without fuel. Yeah. He's like, damn, that's good, man.
That is good.
There's a meaning behind it.
We've started already, guys. We have started. So what we thought we'd do today, Grant, instead of asking you about your journey, about your successes, we thought we'd take your most loved, most used, most Googled almost parts of your
oh my God,
content.
you're going deep.
Yeah.
Let me explain something before we start. Let me explain something.
These are my new buddies right here, man. These guys are freaking awesome.
As a celebrated, infamous man, we've got to represent the UK and give them the understanding of the psychology behind your craziness, because we don't want no more bullshit Insta quotes from Grant Cardone being represented with lack of action. You know, we've got to become advocates of this whole action-taking mindset and physicality, because when people are saying 10x, yet they're making goddamn 10 calls, that's not 10x.
They're making 10 what?
10 phone calls, sales calls. When people are hashtagging 10x, be sold, be obsessed or be average, they're not doing the work. It's not a fair representation.
Because what's happening is, you're a celebrated individual, but the people in the UK and from around the world that operate from a position of being a sheep. And they think they're going to get 10x results by being a sheep. And all you are is Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
You're unapologetically you.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
today's going to be about is how many individuals can we celebrate through our content. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're crazy.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that phrase. Does that make sense?
Okay. Nice. Okay. And tell
Why
me
you
what-
want to make sense when you can make pounds? Shit, let's make some
I
pounds.
like it.
I wasn't ready for this. I didn't have notes ready for that.
Like every
sort of
time
stuff.
somebody says, "Does that make sense?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't want to make sense."
Yeah, good.
I don't want to make but what is it called? Pence.
Pence.
I don't want to make. I'm done. I'm done with the leftovers and the crumbs. There's 3 ladies over there begging on the street corner over there. At least they're working.
Yeah.
Because I know some people listening right now. You guys need to go beg. You need to go get on your knees on a dirty ass sidewalk and say, "Give me some money."
Yeah.
And see if you can actually raise any money.
Yeah.
Get off your damn Instagram. Get on your knees and beg. Don't even pray. Beg.
Can I say something? 95%.
You are saying something, man.
95% of people won't do that because they come from a position of comfort.
Yeah.
So they've
I
never
agree.
had
I agree.
hardship.
I agree.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm come from a very dark background, so begging to me
Yeah,
and
yeah.
any of that is
Yeah.
second nature because we have to do what we have to do.
Yeah, right.
But so many people don't
Yeah.
do it. Do you want to know why? They're fucking weak.
They're selfish, dude. They're not
Period.
weak. They're selfish.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
Wow.
They're selfish. They're too like the guy that says he's an introvert. All you introverts out there. We're just taking everybody on today. You want to take everybody on? Let's take everybody on. We're going to take all the bitches on right now. Okay? We're taking them all on right now. So all you guys out there, all the experts, the authors, the coaches, the life coaches, the solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, the podcasters, like you guys, you introverts, let's just do the introverts first. Okay, you're selfish. You guys are selfish. All you're talking about is yourself. Every time you take on your introvert thing, but I'm an introvert, you don't understand. Grant Cardone, you're an extrovert. By the way, they do that over here in Europe. They're like, oh, you're an American.
Yeah.
See,
What does that even mean?
that's you're an American. Yeah, okay. Don't hold it against me, man.
Yeah.
All right. I live in a little country that escaped an even smaller country.
Yeah.
That used to be the biggest empire in the world. They got comfortable with their empire, and somebody else took it. Man, you guys are under assault right now.
Yeah.
Like they're taking it all right now.
Isn't
I'm
that
looking,
the truth?
huh?
Isn't that the truth?
They're just taking it
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Okay, because they're willing to pay for the future. So I would just tell you, introverts, man, quit talking about how you're introverted, and do whatever it takes to extrovert. Because what you want, everything that you want that you don't have, is outside of you. It's not inside of you. It's outside of you.
Obviously, you don't know too much about us as a business, or me and my brother individually. You know, by mistake, we were 10x our way through life from a life of crime, a very dark background, to where we are now. And this is what we've said to everybody. You know, in order for you to succeed, you have to learn to become uncomfortable. And I'm not just fucking talking it. I'm actually feeling it. There's a massive fucking difference between being broke and putting a balaclava on your head to becoming a businessman. And that's where I'm from. And a lot of people what they'll do, Grant, is they'll write your notes down and they'll fucking say it. And they're not feeling it.
That's the action.
That's the
They
difference.
think that's the word.
You feel it, and it's apparent that you do. And what we try to educate people on the podcast is, don't try and be someone you're not, but you have to over-deliver on who you are not in order to win. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Outside of your comfort zone.
We said it again.
I don't want to make any sense, man.
So let's talk about some of the most used and sort of the business insights that you've it's off the cuff. And people just use it off the cuff, but they don't understand. We want to talk about the psychology behind the quote, if that makes sense. So one of your most famous quotes, and this is like, we send each other like WhatsApp notifications all the time.
What do you think my most famous quote is? What do you? Yeah, with no,
Oh, really?
no, that's not
okay,
going
what
to
do
be
you
it.
think is?
Success is my duty.
No.
Who's got my money?
Who's got my money?
Yeah, I like that.
Who's got my money? Can you explain a little bit of because there's lots of people, as the boys say, you see it on Instagram all the time.
Well, I'm probably the
CEO.
most educated person at the round table today. Okay, let's face it. Okay?
I'll give you that.
I am. I mean, based on what you told me, you know. And this guy to my right, there's no chance he was educated. So
He's got a point. He has got a point.
What are you going to do about it?
I mean, with
I'm
that
gonna do
intro,
nothing. I'm just gonna write down
that
a note.
intro
Yeah,
he
he's got
did,
a
he
point.
starts doing echoes and shit. so I have an accounting background, right? So I spent 5 years getting a college education, and When I got out of college, I didn't know how to cash flow. I didn't know how to create income. I didn't know how to multiply money. I didn't know, I literally, all the things you want to know about money, and the reason I went to college, I didn't learn. But one thing, the most important thing about money is a very simple thing that you have to know. It's the first question: who's got my money?
Yeah, I agree.
Because everything you want, someone else has. I have 2 daughters. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and my kids have never been told, don't talk to strangers. Yeah. Never. Not one time have they ever heard that from us. And they know if they don't hear it from us, shit probably ain't true. Mm-hmm. So, they said, Papa, I was at school, and this our friend told us that we shouldn't talk to strangers. And we told them, oh, yeah, we should. We should, because strangers have everything you want. Yeah. And so that's the premise of who's got my money, right? It goes back to the beggar across the street. Yeah. It goes back to, you guys got to do. Mm. It goes back to the conversation I had about the introvert. You got to get out. Because everything you want, someone else has. Yeah. And so whatever that is, your dreams, whether you're an artist, a musician, an actor, somebody's got your job, right? Somebody's got your money, right? So somebody has access. If I want to go buy clothes, who's got my clothes? Who's got the things I want? Someone has it. And that goes back to who's got my money. It's just a very simple.
What you find over here in the UK, you've got to underline or give people massive amounts of courage to adapt that mindset. Because what people do over here is network, and they fucking network, and they network, and they network, and they don't ever exchange. They get really comfortable just doing the talk without ever making the profit or making the money. So me and Reese have had a task over the last 12 months going into hundreds of property rooms, giving people the courage to actually do business, ask for the sale, and actually make the money. Because one thing we don't want to do is give people false pretense, making them, or them thinking that they're actually doing the work when in reality they're not.
I'll put down 3 areas that affect people from saying or thinking who's got my money: self-belief, self-worth, and confidence. No one will ever say that or think that unless they have self-belief, self-worth, and confidence. Now, the problem that I find from working with so many fucking people is they have that introverted mentality, and they actually, Grant, expect it on a plate. They expect the results on a plate. But our ethos is you have to go and get it.
Yeah.
That's because these days everyone, like I say, everyone's an Instagram CEO. Everyone's just showing like a nice car and all the rest of it, but they're not doing the work that goes in behind the scenes. There's nothing wrong with showing the good stuff in life, because ultimately everyone wants to be, do, and have more. That's the aim of most people's life.
So how about this, right? I'd retired from professional boxing, just got with a new lady. Like yourself, I had to convince this woman to be with me. You're too much, blah, 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 blah. Somebody sent me a link to a podcast. It was called Addicted to Success.
This is the truth.
This is a truth. They said, listen to this guy. He calls himself Uncle G. And I was like, I don't know what.
But I don't. Just for the record, I don't call myself Uncle G. Other people call me Uncle G.
Okay, so you have to listen to this story.
I love this.
I'd basically just made £4,000. Retired from professional boxing. Didn't know what I wanted to go into. £4,000 to me outside of crime is a big deal.
Yeah.
And you said on the podcast, there's entrepreneurs walking around with baby money, you called it.
Yeah.
£400,000 to £100,000, and you punch me in the throat.
Yeah.
And I rang up my wife, and I said, some guy that I don't know, subconsciously.
You're my uncle. My uncle. My white uncle.
Guess what I did? What did I do? I picked up the phone and sold £25,000 on the spot to a new client.
Yeah.
And I said to my brother,
powerful, bro.
25. That's my first increase in finances. That client now pays me a retainer, £75,000. One client, £75,000 a year.
Wow.
I said to Reese, there's some guy that we don't know of. He subconsciously just called us out, mate. I said, he's giving me and you. I said, this guy Grant's gave me and you the access to go and be exactly what we are.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of power. People aren't interpreting your message.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're totally right, dude. But the right people will interpret. Yeah, I made $650,000 one year, and I was so proud, dude. I was like, God, I made $650,000. The guy looked at me and said, everybody else was patting on my mom's patting me on the back, everybody, and this one guy says, how do you live on that, man? I said, huh?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, how do you live on $650,000 a year? And I was like, what?
You taking
Dude, it was a twister on me, man. I was like, what? I mean, I popped out of my head because I thought it was a lot of money. And another guy was like, dude, it's baby money, bro. It's like, what are you thinking about here? Okay. So, and that's the whole purpose of the 10X rule. The 10X rule was really like, it's not about doing something 10 times. It's about thinking 10 times bigger and understanding those should be the targets that you're setting. I don't care if they're achievable or not. In fact, the fact that they're not achievable is the deal, because, you know, for 1 second you're like, $4,000. I was celebrating $4,000 rather than going to get 25.
Exactly that.
You know,
exactly that.
And you didn't do 10 times, but you did 6.5.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I find a lot of people will always fall under the radar because they think your content is supposed to motivate them, but it's not. It's supposed to be, I believe, it's supposed to be a fucking lifestyle choice and change. Because I believe we coach transferable skills. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
And you talk about 10x and everything, and we've lived it now by mistake, by default. And what we're trying to do, that you've done fantastically, is build that subconscious rapport that it's okay to be obsessed. It's okay to go after what you want to take.
Like all in.
No one here is saying that, really, are they? No. In this country, no one is saying that. You know, balance. You know, have a day off, relax. You know, even the people who are nearest and dearest.
But
to
most
you.
people have 2 days off. Yeah. They're talking about have a day off. I'm like, dude, you already have more days off than God took. God took 1 day, man. He's like, hey, he created everything. You know, people read whatever they want to read.
Yeah.
Oh, God said I need to take a day off. Dude, you're an atheist.
Yeah.
Like, why are you quoting God all of a sudden? you don't even understand God. Like what are you? Why are you pitching God now? Right? Oh, because I got to take a day off. You know, bro, you took 2 days off and you hadn't done anything. Right? What are you doing, man? Okay, like I could take as much time as I want off.
But you don't.
I could, but I have more fun playing the game, man. The game is out on the playing field. It's not in the seats. And so a lot of people are sitting up watching the game. They're watching social media rather than using it.
Utilizing
You know?
it. I think a lot of people have a preconceived idea that success is fun all the time, and it's not.
Success is what?
Fun all the time, and it's
Fun,
not.
yeah.
The misconception.
But dude, look at all the coaches out there saying, look, follow what you love. But dude, you've never had a tough life if you're following what you love. I mean, you're living a fucking movie, okay? This ain't, I don't do what I love, okay? I'm in a situation to only do what I want to do, but I can't. Like I'll go backwards if I do that. You cannot just follow the love thing. And there's a bunch of experts out there telling people, follow your fashion. Steve Jobs even said it. Find something you love to do, because then you can follow it through, you know. Dude, Steve Jobs, he was making a lot of money when he said that shit. Also, you got to understand when people are saying what they're saying to you. Because if you'd have caught him when he was hungry, he'd have been saying, dude, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Okay, these guys were killers. Him and Bill Gates, they were killers, dude. Okay? And now they all, you know, well, Steve's not with us anymore, but you have different advice once you've made it.
Completely agree with that.
Now, I stay broke. I never have any money. I don't think I have any on me right now. But yeah, I don't. So I'm always staying broke. It keeps my hustle. It keeps my future. I'm looking for who's got my money all the time. Like I walk in a room, I'm like, which one of these motherfuckers got my money? One of these dudes got it. One of these dudes. I think it's him. I think it's Big Boy over there with the nice jacket. Okay. One of these guys has got my money. And if you guys don't have it, you know somebody that does have it. So like I'm always walking in a room looking at targets. Who can change the future for my family?
Now,
But that's done from an ethical place.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that
totally.
there, see that there, I get it.
Yeah,
99.9% of people just don't get that.
Yeah, well, no,
you know,
they-
it's ethical for you and your family and for them to adapt that mentality.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I close executive clients and I call them up and I say, send me this money immediately, it's what I teach them.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's put across in an ethical place, you know, the world wins like that.
Because what I will say is that you're making it easy for me and my brother.
Easy, by the
And
way.
let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. You've
yeah.
got Grant Cardone.
Y'all listen to what they're saying right now. See, these two dudes get me. I don't know about the guy over here, but these two dudes get
I've got
me.
some great questions when everyone's ready, though. So you guys crack on.
Yeah. I love that. But they get what I'm saying. If you don't get it yet, go back, just rewind the thing, listen again, keep listening. You guys don't need to listen to more people. You need to listen deeper.
Yeah. That's emotional evolution. They'll get that, Grant. They'll get this when they've got to get it.
Yeah.
We've been broke. We've had to eat shit. We've had to do
Yeah,
the things that put the food on the table for our families and loved ones.
Yeah.
These people are still comfortable.
Yeah.
They've got a little bit. And it's why they don't want more.
Well, they're not comfortable though. They're deluding themselves to thinking they're comfortable.
Thank
You think you're good because you compare yourself to some dude in Afghanistan or Ethiopia, or maybe you saw CNN last night or some news channel, and then you saw some little baby dying like he's down to bones, and you're like, oh, I got it. I'm good. I'm good. You ain't got it good, dude. You got it terrible.
Yeah. And you know what I love
You're not a place where people can starve, and you don't have anything. Okay.
This is
I've said this to my friends and my family for about a year or two since I've been following you, and I'll be transparent in my content. I says, if I'm doing a live feed or I'm on social media, I say there's people now that I admire, that have what I desire, personality and in business that I'm working towards. You're one of those men.
Oh, thank you.
What you're doing,
we're hunting you.
okay, is we're hunting you. Yeah. We're
100%.
Okay, so what you've done is you've now made it socially acceptable to talk about taboo subjects that no one can talk about. So when I'm delivering content now, you've got the front runners, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, all the ballers talking about the things that we talk about, but because we're not in your position yet, it's not socially acceptable. So we love your content. People need to feel aligned with who you are, but we're making it accessible now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So I've always said...
third strike.
Does that make what?
Pardon?
Does that make
sense?
sense?
No, but do you understand what I'm saying? It's like when someone like Grant Cardone is so successful...
Three times.
Okay.
Does that make pounds? Does that make pounds?
No, but you make it socially accessible because people in the UK, they will not openly talk about money.
You guys don't need to make it socially acceptable. You're not going to do it, okay? You got the Queen back there. You guys got years of manners. You've been losing your damn property line for 1,000 years. You know, because you are proper, because you have manners, because you are nice. You guys should look up the word nice, all the nice guys out there. Look up the word nice. It comes from the village idiot. Okay? Nice guy does not win in the market space today, okay? You can be nice once you're the queen and you got your 985 rooms wrapped around you, but until then, man, you might have to do whatever it takes to get wherever you want to get your family. And it doesn't mean anybody needs to get hurt. In fact, you're hurting yourself. If you have a great product and a great service, you need to exchange with the marketplace. Like these guys are saying.
And the beautiful thing about what you're saying now, the UK market in particular, we want to represent the UK today. They're getting to a place now where they're realizing that, Grant. You know, bullshit baffles brains. How much is in your fucking bank?
Yeah.
You know, you've been talking business and networking, drinking shit coffee for the past 3 years. Your company hasn't evolved. You register your company with Companies House, don't mean you're actively trading. How many people know your company name and what it stands for in the marketplace? People are running around behind closed doors playing too small. So we're focusing on branding, giving people the ability and the courage to let people know that they offer a service and this is how much it costs. You know, that's what we're finding at the moment. The UK is at a place now, Grant, where we have to fly the flag for execution in business and actually expect to get paid.
Dude, this is the banking capital of the world. You know, all the money in the universe comes right through this hub. So if you're not getting yours, there's something wrong with you. Because you are definitely located in the right place.
Yeah, I fully get it.
Like I walk the streets, I'm like, damn, dude, how many times can I come back here?
You did it on Insta yesterday. You said New York, this is how it should be.
Yeah, New York's a garbage pit compared to this city. So I'm gonna get a bunch of hate from America on that, but there's only 300 million people there. You see, the difference between America and Europe is America promotes itself.
Of course.
Promotes and promotes and promotes.
Yeah. It feels almost like a pride thing. Like you guys are a proud nation. Like I say, it goes back to the whole we won't have a conversation. It's not proper to talk about money. Now, my dad was an accountant. I never knew how much money he had till he died.
Yeah.
He's an accountant. He deals with people's money. He looked after millions and millions of pounds for clients, but he didn't talk about money.
What what you've just said there, that's kind of filtered down into your behaviour.
Yeah.
We did a coaching session the other day and we walked in and put some cash on the table.
It's going to get nasty, guys. Lewis calling out our fucking director.
No, but you haven't got to be too humble.
Yeah.
You know, in the UK, we celebrate being humble. Once you've made it, be humble. Amir Khan had to go to America to make it. Me and Reese had to go and collaborate with C.T. Fletcher over in America and Mike Rashid to make it over here with fitness. You know, they don't celebrate humble. They like the out there people.
Yeah.
You know,
but if you look up the word humble, you guys should look up words, all right? You should look back.
Humble and nice.
Look up nice. Go back. Go back. Don't just look up today's definition. Go back. Elena, pull up humble. Look, if you look up the word humble, where it came from, what it really means, this is not something you're going to want to do.
Yeah,
like you're not going to go out of your way to be humble once you look the word up. Any more than you'd want to be nice. Your mama was confused, man. Be a nice boy. Be a nice boy. Yeah. She didn't look up the word. Your grandpa didn't look up the word. Okay, she had the word that means be nice, be a village idiot. Oh yeah, that's something I want to aspire to be. Okay, she's going to pull up humility here in a second. What does it say?
It says having or showing.
Here, bring it to me because we can't hear you on the mic.
Oh, okay.
Jump on a mic.
Jump on my mic. Jump on my mic, babe. It's not too early.
It says of low social, administrative, or political rank. It says having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance.
Wow.
Its synonyms are meek, submissive, self-effacing, unassertive, unpresuming, modest, self-deprecating.
Really? Jesus.
It says the derivation. Let me pull that up.
Hashtag pussy hole.
The derivation comes from Latin.
Submit,
dude.
dude.
It means ground, from low, lowly.
Yeah. So like, how much of that you want, man? Oh, I'm humble. See, like, well, that's good. Then you want to be the submissive one.
Yeah.
You want to be
that loses, the one that gets beat down every day, the one that
this
explains
is why
to
you
his
guys
children why I can't afford to eat.
This is why you guys are so quick to jump on people's language. Like, even on the way here, I was like, oh, this is a horrible road. It's not a horrible road. Look at the car we're sat in. We're sat in traffic because everyone's trying to go the way that we're going.
Yeah.
And we're sat in a nice car.
Yeah.
I could appreciate it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But
Yeah.
you two do that all the time. And actually, when you break it down, the psychology behind it says, who's got my money? It's a great quote, but what does it actually fucking mean?
Yeah.
When you get the understanding of it, then you can actually really utilize it.
Yeah, I get it.
One of your other brilliant quotes, I would say this is probably one of your other most infamous quotes over here. You're never too safe to allow average to creep in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Because people will be watching this and they'll be going, he's staying at a posh hotel, he's running around London, he's having a great time, he's bringing his team with him, he flew in on a jet.
Yeah.
Surely you can relax, Grant. You can have an average couple of days, Grant. Come on.
Yeah, but every time I do that, I get spanked. This planet, it rewards the doer and it penalizes everyone else.
Wow.
And do you know what I like about this whole thing as well? How much of it boils down to personal happiness. If I have a day off on a Sunday, we have a rule at home: no phone Sunday, Louis. No phone Sunday, Lou.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wake up on a Monday, don't feel the same. Average isn't something that me and Reese can accept. Whether we are knocking people out in a boxing ring, winning bodybuilding shows, filming with Nicole Kidman, average don't make sense. I think at the end of average is depression.
Yeah, I think what a lot of listeners have to understand is that, me, Grant Cardone, Llewellyn, James, we've made a choice that we don't want to sell. We don't want to be average. And it's a choice that we can't make for you. You can read as many books as you want, listen to these podcasts on replay, get hyped up, get a semi on, feel extremely excited. But the fact of the matter is you have to make an internal choice to live a lifestyle that you feel at the moment you can't deserve. Because at the end of the day, all you are doing at the moment is being glorified spectators until you start living the 10X or the Champions of Mind rule.
Something that Grant did on your Instagram probably last month, you were outside your car and you basically said, stop making sense of average because everything can get taken away from you.
Oh, you
There's
sent me
people
that.
I sent him that. I said, that's what I need to hear. This is the most money that I've ever had and I'm yet to be a multimillionaire. Yeah. But I can't relax for a second because as the economy changes, so can your bank balance.
Yeah.
You can just a second away from losing.
Yeah. The temptation is to celebrate. So, you're going to have it taken away from you. All you got to do is study people that made it, and particularly in your space. I mean, look at Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Look at how many guys that they couldn't keep what they had. So, and this is the universe's way of saying, hey, look, if you're not going to do, we're going to take. So, the old saying about what they give it, then they take it. It's the cycle. It's the tide comes in, the tide goes out. So that's why I stay broke. That's why all my money goes into real assets. All our money either gets invested back into the company to produce more money, to reach more people, or it goes into real assets that produce cash flow. Because if I sit on cash,
it's gone.
Right? And this is what our parents taught us. Sit on cash, save your money, buy a house, don't rent. the house will build equity, and one day you'll have cash in your house. Everybody's planning for retirement rather than planning for creation.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, if you rest up, and I don't even know what that means, because I actually have more energy when I use more energy. I have more fun. But dude, I'm having fun, man, living life, not resting. I can only go to Ibiza and hang out at the beach for so long before I'm like, I want some game, I want some action.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to love the game, isn't it? Because if you're genuinely in this for the long haul, you're going to be playing it till the day you die.
Yeah.
Not being
Yeah.
crass about it, but you are.
I think what's really important is this isn't for everyone, is it?
No, and that's the thing. A lot of people.
I think it
look
is
at
for everyone, though. I think
you
it is
do?
for everyone. I think everybody should say, hey, this is for everyone.
So
you know?
do you believe, and I believe, you know, from a position of influence in the UK, and obviously yours is global, do you believe it's almost a moral obligation to talk and inspire so many people that they then think that it's for them?
I just think that
your
I
goal?
think everybody would rather be on the field than be in the stands.
I completely
But
agree.
they've got to try the game. They've
Dude,
got to
I'm
try
watching
the
a fight.
game.
I watch a fight. I'm not built to fight, right? But I'm like, dude, I wonder how long I can last in there. I know.
Leg kicks hurt your stomach.
Dude,
Elena's
she can kick, dude. She can kick. You ought to get her, have her kick you guys. Okay. So, you know, I think everybody wants to be on the field, and that should be the message. Hey, come on, quit lying to yourself, man. You know you want to be on the field. You know you want to be on stage. You know you want to be out front. Oh, not me. Bullshit, man. Quit lying, man. You want to be on stage, man. Why did you cry as soon as you came out of your mama? Because you wanted attention. All right. First thing you did is, made that ugly face of yours, right?
Was it your quote that said attention is the new currency? It was you, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
mhm.
Yeah, and I live by it and I swear by it. You know, the people that want to go under the radar get under the radar results.
And then why you want to fly under the radar, you know? That again, that's a saying that probably your parents gave you because they weren't paying their taxes.
Yeah. I agree.
They were stealing on the side. They were doing work on the side, not paying the queen or piece. And they're like flying under the radar because your daddy was living in the shadows.
But you see this kind of mindset that we're all adapted now. This is evolution. Over the next 5 to 10 years, the people that don't get this lose.
Uh-huh.
You know, me and Reece talk about
stay broke.
they stay broke. Me and Reece talk about congruency. Be the message that you preach unapologetically.
Yeah.
Don't become a social comedian. So
Yeah,
many
yeah,
people
yeah.
change when they go into a different arena to try and fit in when in reality you were born to stand out. What's your opinion on people that are changing to fit their current circumstance instead of playing into the role of being a champion before they become one?
I think that there's a lot of people online now. You're seeing so many people. They're playing the humility out.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Humble. I just care about you. The motivational guy that's got the quotes and the guys that are confused, that are talking about, you've mentioned a couple of them already, that are like, you know, don't monetize right now, bro. If you're telling people not to monetize right now, it's because you got a daddy taking care of you.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't-
I ain't got a
Everyone
dad.
on this podcast.
I don't
for the
have a
last
dad.
70 episodes, you've heard it there.
Yes.
I have to monetize now. Now I cannot just give content away for free. So doesn't mean I don't give stuff away for free. I need to monetize now. It's fine if your daddy's got a business and he's taking care of you and everything's good and you can make that transition, or you figured out some model you can, but I don't have that
Luxury.
No, because I'm reinvesting all the time, so I'm broke. I'm financially, I don't have the money, so I'm out working out. How do I exchange with the marketplace? The people that love me the most are the people that pay me.
Yeah,
It's not the people that listen to me.
I get it.
Because those people, we've had people walk up to us on the street, man, when I got this program, I got your Cardone University, man, I'm making more money. You know, they didn't say they liked me. They said, I'm making more money because of you. You said, hey, man, I made $4,000. I thought I was killing myself, man, but celebrating. And I heard what you said, I made $25,000. That's what you commented about.
And we've just done that time and time again. You know, last year from a standing start, we were playing around for business, 12 months in, £500,000 profit. We
Wow.
don't use no systems. You know, we sit down with executive clients and exchange value. You know, this year we'll become millionaires by December. People are going to say, what did you do? Exactly what you've been preaching without knowing we were doing it. You gave me, and I want to say this personally, you gave me the go-ahead. Go and rip the face off it, Louis. And that's all I need.
No, because
seriously, you have no idea. Go and rip the face off it, Lou. And that, for me, is a green light.
in our fourth podcast, I call you out, okay? And I call you out and I says, look, I admire the big players, but it pisses me off because you go on LinkedIn or Instagram and all the big players are liking each other's stuff.
And I'm angry.
And I'm like, man, I need to go and get mine. They're like, if you go onto your post on Instagram, you've got the big players, people that we admire. Mike Rashid, who, you know, they all like your stuff. I'm like, I have to be in that mix. I should be uploading my content, and GC should be liking my fucking content in my inbox. So now there's a margin that I've got to grow to get level with you. I said in our business meeting 11 months ago, my KPI within a 3-year window is to share a room with Grant Cardone. We did it in a year. In 1 year, we've done it.
That's awesome, man.
We may have fucking pestered your admin staff or whatever. We did it.
By any means possible.
Whatever, dude.
But we did it. And the reason why I share this with everyone, because I'm transparent and I don't believe in big positioning, is that we can do it. Everyone else can.
Sure they can, man.
They can go and get theirs.
And that's the guys that all make it. That's what they all say, man. It's like it's available to everyone. Can everyone have it? Everyone can have it. Dude, there's enough. All you got to do is do the math. There's enough money for everybody to have a big chunk.
Why are you still, we've got to work towards wrapping up because you're a very busy guy. Why are you still documenting your journey? And how important do you think it is? Because again, this goes back to what we see with our executive clients, people who are flying under the radar or doing the humble thing and all the rest of it. You're still out there. You don't need to document your journey, but why do you document your journey still?
Number one, we're discovering, so I'm learning stuff every day. I don't think I've made it. You know, I don't think I'm even near my full potential. So I tell my wife all the time, when we gonna make it, baby? I think we're getting close. I think we're gonna make it, baby. I think we're gonna make it.
Really
oh yeah, dude.
I love that. I love that. I appreciate that kind of mindset.
Yeah, I think we're gonna make it. I think we're getting close. My sister was on the phone. How you doing? I said, dude, I think we're in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I get it.
We in the postal code. I think we in the right book now. So people are like, oh, you made it already. But that's you saying I made it. You know. So that's one reason why we document. The other reason is because I when my dad died, I wanted a peek inside my I had an uncle that was successful, and I wanted to know what he was doing because my dad was gone, and I couldn't get a peek in. And then I noticed all the other people that, you know, the Bill Gates of the world. Once he gets. They hit super status and they close the curtains, and you can't look in. You can't get access. You know, these guys all fly to the same place every year. They go to Davos. They hang out in the little club. You can't really get a look in until you get in. And so I made a decision. Elena and I made a decision. Like, we're going to let people look in as long as we can afford to do that, and let people have a peek.
It increases your value. Because you're showing how it's done, you're showing the hustle. I think the respect that people get for you because of that, you're an open book. Transparency always wins the long game.
Yeah, I think it loses respect with some people though. Some people that are already up in the ether.
Oh, really?
They look down and say, it's too noisy. He's making.
Because we work off something called human-to-human transaction, right? What you're doing, I believe, is building a subconscious rapport with millions of people around the world. So they now want to buy into you. They now believe success is achievable and sustainable. And that, to me, is the next level and the next wave of business, because you're making it accessible. As you probably said, you know, people get to a certain place and close the curtains. What you're doing, from, you know, my perspective, is that you're now making it accessible. You can see it every day. You can see that you're human. So people can now listen. You don't think you made it. That's fucking insane.
Grant Cardone doesn't think he's made it.
But what you're doing with the
doesn't think he's made it.
What you're doing with the transparency and showing your journey is you're making the other people look like, not that it's too far-fetched, that they're not accessible. And I think what that does is close down markets, make success again too far-fetched. So I think for people that are documenting, they're flying the flag, and I think we win long term.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing is, and some of this is self-serving too. So like, well, documenting is a bit self-serving. Like, we want friends. You know, I want to be able to go to China and have friends there. I want to be able to go to Taipei and have friends. I want people to know us. I want my kids to have friends when I'm not here. You know, if they come to London, then you see my kids in the street, you help them.
Of course.
Like, so some of this money can't buy everything. You know, it can buy most everything, but it can't buy everything. And friends, it can't buy. Real friends, it can't buy. So just the fact that you would know my kids and watch them grow up, and be able to say, hey, I did a podcast with your dad, you know, back in the day. And so that's wealth too, right?
Yeah, it is wealth. And, you know, I love a quote, which is, or whatever you call it, a word called rich. And a lot of people will think subconsciously money, and it's realizing I create happiness. And it's interesting that people, when I ask them a question, what does rich mean? They say, he's got loads of money. And for me, it's always been realizing I create happiness, because I believe money is always a byproduct of doing something that you love.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And to me, my brother, and to yourself, you know, if we're subconsciously pushing that message out into the market that it can be accessible, we always win the long game, because other people are not making it accessible.
Yeah.
They're putting up roadblocks all the time.
I want to throw a spanner in the works. It's just popped into my head. I want to ask, what's your intention with the UK? It's untouched. There's no genuine pioneers right now. The space is open.
Apart from us.
Apart from us, you know, the space is open for someone to come in with an assertive, positive intention and just to bulldoze the country.
Yeah, we'll be here by March or April with a major event.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So,
We expect to be lead keynote speakers on that major event.
Who else is there in this country?
Maybe we will be.
Yeah.
Who else is there in this country?
Right. Right, we have got to work towards wrapping up, because people are starting to give like dodgy looks, and there's cars turning up, and you've got to go to TV studios and do other important stuff for today. If you had one final tip for how especially now you've been here for a couple of days now, how can the UK 10x their life? If you had one tip, how would they 10x it?
I would tell you to like inventory where you're really at, and take responsibility for where you're really at, you know, and that nothing's happened to you, nothing's being done to you. There's no conspiracy taking place. Okay, the Queen is in charge. There are classes here, and you got to decide that you don't like the class that you're in. You can change it now. 100 years ago, you probably couldn't change it. So you didn't have people breaking the barriers. You can change it now. By the way, if you can't change it here, then move. Go to another country. Figure out how to get some other place. Whatever you got to do. We got people coming to America every day that are rock just ripping. Talk about ripping faces. So, you know, we're going to go wherever we have to go to make it.
Make it work.
Like if I got to leave the United States of America to make it, to finally make it, you know, then I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Yeah. That's what I would tell people. Don't be satisfied. You know, don't ever be satisfied with what you have. Keep expanding. Look at what they did here, man. Like the English kind of screwed it up. Like if I pick anybody that screwed up over history, the English would have to qualify. We sort
of got the Commonwealth thing all kinds of wrong, didn't we? The Empire thing.
Well, I mean, they control a lot of land on this planet, right? And it's quiet. It's all behind the scenes. You don't know who owns what, but like, man, you guys had the whole planet. You know, the Persians before that, they had the whole thing. It looks like they're coming back. They're like, we ain't gonna fuck it up next time. We're gonna grab it all this time. but those are long plays too. Those are long plays. Those are investments, right? Those are like, hey, I'm coming back, and the Americans are going to screw it up. They're tracking for a screw up so big, you know, resting on their laurels of 200 years of expansion, and now they're not. So learn from history and find some people that are creating a future that you like and emulate.
Wow.
Happy?
Boys, anything you want to say in summary? Because you guys accidentally, you were doing the 10X thing before you realised what the 10X thing was, and you actually, from year one of like playing that business to like the first proper year of business, you 23X'd and you 26X'd when we worked out the numbers. So you guys have followed the strategy and the formula almost accidentally. So is there anything you guys would like to wrap up?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, me first. Firstly, I want to say publicly thanks for Grant Cardone and his team.
Grant Cardone came to town.
Oh yeah.
You know, I appreciate he's a busy man. But secondly, to everyone that's ever listened to me on a podcast, sent me an email, messaged me on Facebook, and followed me from 7 years ago when I had fuck all, I deliberately documented the fact and called Grant Cardone out in one of my first 5 episodes. He's now sat next to me, smiling, sharing a table with me. I told all of you motherfuckers that through persistence, consistency, and believing you can achieve something, that it can happen. I've documented every single step to this day, and now he's beside me smiling at me.
I want to add to this. Don't think this is far-fetched. We say every day you've got to be positively delusional to achieve your wildest dreams. Will we sit next to Gary Vee? Categorically. Will me and Reese achieve everything that we desire alongside James? Categorically, because you've got to be crazy to believe it can happen, but then deploy the crazy, focused, tenacious work ethic every single day. Then the people that you look up to become from your peers. You're sat next to them. You're exchanging energy and respect. That, my friends, is success.
Will we speak at GrowthCon? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Subtle.
We'll be the best looking at GrowthCon.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, this has been the Champions of Mind podcast with the first ever proper interview format. Let's give him a round of applause. Grant Cardone, everybody! Cardone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Champions of Mind podcast. If you'd like to support the show, please subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Google Play. Share this episode with one friend that you think it might help, and give the Champions of Mind team a 5-star review wherever you download your podcasts.